Welcome everybody to today where we celebrate the Sunday of the 20th week in Ordinary Time. Notice that if we pay very close attention to today's Holy Gospel, that there was a woman who had a daughter that was tormented by the devil to the point where the woman had asked Jesus to go and save the daughter. But then Jesus' disciples had told Jesus to send the woman away, for she kept disturbing. But then, how did Jesus go to continue to respond? Jesus responded to Jesus' disciples with the fact that he came for the lost sheep. Notice that if we remember the parable of the lost sheep, that he is not going to stick with the 99 sheep that has not been lost, but he's going to go and diligently search for the lost sheep so that they can be found. Likewise, if we consider the parable of the lost coin, notice how the woman is going to diligently search for this one coin, to the point where after putting in a lot of effort and a lot of time to being able to find this one coin, that the woman continues to rejoice. If we are to lose something, we are going to try to diligently search for these items that we are missing, to the point where after a period of time, right when we go to find that particular item, we go to continue to rejoice. So, what lesson does Jesus teach each and every one of us for this? We come to notice that the purpose as to why Jesus came to us in the first place is so that all of us can be saved through him, because Jesus has the power and authority to heal each and every one of us, despite the series of illnesses that can occur in our lives. Sometimes when we let our illness take control of each and every one of us here, it's going to make us continue to fall apart. So Jesus wants to stretch his hand out to reach to all of us as an indication that he wants us to come back to him, as we come to realize that the kingdom of heaven is drawing near, that when Jesus goes to save each and every one of us, he's not going to do this out of regret, but he does this out of love. So each and every one of us here can go to continue to learn about the fact that if we continue to sin in our life, we should strive to go and seek the sacrament of reconciliation. So that way, each and every one of us here can strive to go to continue to remain with Christ himself. So, if we continue to reflect upon the Holy Gospel, notice how after the woman had asked Jesus to go and save the daughter who was tormented by the devil, notice how Jesus told her, "It is not right to take the food of the children and feed it to the dogs." But then how did the woman go to continue to respond? The woman had responded that even the scraps that fell off the table, the dogs were able to eat. So what does this show? This shows that the woman had great faith, and she knew what exactly occurred. So right when she continued to confess everything, Jesus was filled with pity, to the point where her faith had saved her. So what lesson can each and every one of us here strive to continue to learn from today's Holy Gospel? Notice that there are many times in our life where all of us here needs healing. So therefore, Jesus wants to continue to question our faith to determine whether or not we are going to be able to stick to Jesus, because there will be times where the wave of evil is going to occur, where sometimes these waves can frighten each and every one of us to the point where we sense the danger of sinking into the middle of the water. So each and every one of us here has to strive to continue to remain faithful over a period of time, so that way each and every one of us can strive to continue to unite ourselves with Christ, especially as we continue to prepare for the time for yet there is to come. For we do not know the day nor the hour, but if we continue to remain vigilant, if we want to continue to allow ourselves to reunite with Jesus, we will go to recognize that Jesus will continue to work with each and every one of us, and He will never abandon each and every one of us here along our journey of faith. So if we continue to apply the Word of God into our life, notice that Jesus has been working through each and every one of us throughout all of the days. Why is that? Because Jesus continues to want each and every one of us here to learn about the core concept of love, the love to which God has granted to each and every one of us here, so that way all of us can strive to continue to remain faithful over a period of time. Because being able to develop our faith isn't an easy task. Indeed, it's going to take a lot of challenges and a lot of costs to be able to fully understand our own faith, to which we strive to continue to develop. Our faith is developed amongst the works that we do, and our faith is built amongst the motivations to which each and every one of us not only understand what God continues to teach each and every one of us, but more so ever being able to put the Word of God into practice, so that way each and every one of us here can strive to continue to understand Jesus a lot better. So if we continue to do that, then we will come to recognize that we are in closer union with Christ, especially as we continue to progress throughout our faith. For there are many people who sometimes they feel like they fell apart. So sometimes even going to seek help is a way for each and every one of us here to strive to continue to improve ourselves. Because the theme of ordinary time is not to fulfill things in big matters, but it's all going to start from small matters. So notice that the small matter of being able to offer our lives up towards Christ, it's actually one of the greatest blessings as we strive to continue to recognize that we are in closer union with Christ the more time that we spend for God. And I remember there is one of the priests to which he mentioned that each and every one of us should strive to continue to make an appointment for Jesus. And when we go to make this appointment, we should continue to commit to the appointments that we make, so that way each and every one of us here can strive to go to continue to remain with Jesus. And it does not need to be for so long, but it can be simply for a short period of time, where we accurately and we most reverently offer up our hearts for Christ, so that Christ can go to continue to work within each and every one of us here, especially as we go to continue to progress throughout our faith. So, reflecting back upon today's Holy Gospel, notice that there may be times where we may feel easily distracted. But if we continue to remain with Jesus, if we continue to focus ourselves upon Jesus, who is literally present right in the front of our eyes, each and every one of us here can go to continue to listen to the voice of Jesus, so that way each and every one of us here can go to be cured from all of the situations to which we have faced in our journey of faith. Thank you to all of you guys for taking the time to listen to this reflection, and for more videos like this, please consider liking and subscribing and commenting down below any questions that you may have about the faith. Thank you.